Stop scrolling because the woman who fought Ronda Rousey in the first ever UFC women's fight, the Marine Corps killer, the PFL queen Liz Carmouche, just sent the most fucking deadly warning to Dakota Ditcheva. And trust me, this one hit different.
Like, one of the dream fights I want to see is White House, myself, Dakota. And that's a huge bucket list item to do, like, fight in front of the president in the White House. Like, who wouldn't want to do that? And I think that Dakota and I both have the skills, the excitement to bring it, to showcase everything everybody wants to see and make that the fight.
Yeah, of course, I think Dakota is a big name they're looking to get drawn against. She, having been the UK champion, I'm definitely excited to face her, and I think that she's a name that's starting to rise up through the ranks that people are knowing. So ultimately, facing her at some point, ideally in the finals, would really be exciting.
Absolutely, she's real. She wouldn't be here, if she hadn't achieved what she's been able to do. She wouldn't have won the belt in the UK if she wasn't the real deal. I think all the women that are here are top notch. I certainly think that her side of the bracket has been a very much more plush and easy go of it, as I have the toughest females, all with 12 or more fights, and she's getting girls with like 2 fights. She's finally facing somebody that has a closer record to what she should be experiencing. But even then, I don't think it's the matchup that's truly going to challenge her until she finally faces me.
In her newest interview, Liz Carmouche didn't call Dakota out. She promised to destroy her. Listen to this. You're in F-King trouble. Dakota Ditcheva, I'll break your hip Z. This is my F-King challenge. No polite call-outs, no negotiations. Just a Marine going to war.
Hey, I want to take a big chance. Oh! And Chef goes in and does take advantage of it. Not good. She has looked quite less. That leg in. Getting that lead leg in the spanner. And the next. The legs. Oh, that was. Referee Bryce out. The eliminator. Not forward, John, but unable to do much, and and it's over. That well. She takes a step, she has all that weight.
If Dakota is dangerous, Liz Carmouche is battle-tested violence. Marine Corps, veteran 3 tours in Iraq. First ever women's UFC fight in history versus Ronda Rousey, former Bellator champion, reigning 2025 PFL Flyweight Tournament Champion, 25 wins, 8 losses, 11 KO TKOs elite finishing power. This woman has been fighting longer than Dakota has been training. Liz Carmouche just won PFL Gold. She's pocketed her million. She's relaxing on break. But she sees one thing in her future, Dakota Ditcheva. Why? Because Dakota is undefeated, 15-0. The PFL Golden Girl. The hype machine. And nothing motivates a Marine more than the chance to break a protected prospect.
Come here. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. That's what the eliminator. Not forward, John, but unable to do much, and and it's over. That well. She takes a step, she has all that weight.
Stylistically, this fight is gunpowder meeting fire. Liz Carmouche, wrestling pressure, heavy ground and pound fight IQ built through WAR. Dakota Ditcheva, sniper striking, Muay Thai violence, cold precision. One drags you into hell, the other switches your lights off.
Sprinkle by TKO or KO, I will tell you the confidence that she's going to have now getting up is going to be unbelievable.
And there it is. Beautiful knee from the plum.
And Ditcheva beckons Jenna Bishop back to her feet and goes immediately on the attack. Oh,
Bishop in trouble.
And that doesn't.
This isn't trash talk. Liz Carmouche is the kind of fighter who actually does what she says. She upset champions, shocked Bellator, and nearly beat Ronda Rousey in the first women's UFC fight ever. Now she wants Dakota. And her warning wasn't hype. It was a Marine's mission statement. I will break your hype. If these two fight, this might be the biggest women's matchup outside the UFC.
Absolutely, she's real. She wouldn't be here, if she hadn't achieved what she's been able to do. She wouldn't have won the belt in the UK if she wasn't the real deal. I think all the women that are here are top notch. I certainly think that her side of the bracket has been a very much more plush and easy go of it, as I have the toughest females, all with 12 or more fights, and she's getting girls with like 2 fights. You know, she's finally facing somebody that has a closer record to what she should be experiencing. But even then, I don't think it's the matchup that's truly going to challenge her until she finally faces me.
So you tell me, does Dakota Ditcheva finally meet her reckoning in Liz Carmouche, or does the undefeated queen just collect another victim? Comment Ditcheva or Carmouche, because this fight might be coming, and somebody's hype is getting murdered.
I feel right now, looking at the 2 people who are fighting for their belt, you could beat them right now. Alexa Grasso, Valentina Shevchenko.
Yeah, I think I could. Yeah, I definitely think I'd be up there.
Your skill set matches up perfectly with theirs. It's not like they're wrestlers or anything like that.
No, and I think we'll see that when I win this season now, and you know, say I beat someone like Liz Carmouche and Talia Santos. As soon as I've beat them, I think what else can people expect other than greatness for the rest of the year?
PFL star Dakota Ditcheva isn't just chasing belts anymore. She's hunting UFC royalty. And after destroying Bellator standout Sumiko Inaba, she's looking straight at Alexa Grasso and Valentina Shevchenko, and she's saying, "I'm coming for your crown." Dakota Ditcheva, 27 years old, 15-0, only 1 fight has gone the distance. She's been running through opponents like a buzzsaw in PFL Europe and the global stage. This year, she's chasing the $1 million PFL championship, but her eyes are locked on something bigger, the UFC Flyweight title. Her latest victim, Bellator veteran Sumiko Inaba, finished in devastating fashion. No hesitation. No mercy. In a recent interview, Dakota didn't flinch when asked about UFC champions Alexa Grasso and Valentina Shevchenko. "I could have the title if I went there. Yeah, I think I could beat Grasso and Shevchenko." That's not just confidence, that's a call-out. She's not asking for an invite, she's telling the UFC she's ready to walk in and take over Dakota. Says the critics don't get it. They claim she hasn't fought top-tier names, but when her opponents go against others, they have close fights against her, they get finished early. She makes them look like they don't belong in the cage. With her length, unorthodox striking, and finishing instinct, she believes she can not only hang with UFC champions, she can dominate them. But let's be real, Alexa Grasso shocked the world by submitting Valentina Shevchenko. Valentina, she's one of the most dominant champions in MMA history. Taking out either woman isn't just another fight. It's climbing Mount Everest with no rope. Dakota doesn't care. She says she's got the tools, the confidence, and the mindset to make it happen. First, Dakota has to finish the job in PFL. That means going through names like Liz Carmouche, a former UFC title challenger, and Taila Santos, the woman who nearly beat Shevchenko. If she clears that path, the UFC will have no choice but to take notice. So here's the million-dollar question. Is Dakota Ditcheva the next queen of the flyweights? Or is this just another hype train about to hit the UFC wall? One thing's for sure after her latest win, and that fucking bomb she dropped, the fight world is listening.
Yeah, I think.
And then who wins? Dakota versus Valentina.
You really make me say that. She's my favourite fighter, but come on.
Favorite fighter, number 1.
Yeah, she is. She's always been my favourite fighter, Valentina,
wow.
yeah.
All time.
Yeah, all time.
Have you ever
I
told her
just
this?
think like she's just like an MMA athlete. Like,
Yeah.
what can she not do? Like, she can grapple. If she needs to win by grappling, she can do it. If she needs to strike, she can do it. Like, I mean, so many people thought she was going to get a belt taken off her by the French girl, Manon
Fiorot.
Oh, you said it quite well. Yeah, people wrote her off with that, and look what she did. She always finds a way to win. I think she's very, very clever.
Dakota F King Ditcheva, and she just called out the queen of violence herself, Valentina Shevchenko. Let's be real. Everyone thought Dakota Ditcheva would jump ship to the UFC undefeated, violent, marketable British, a perfect Dana White signing. But what did she do instead? She re-signed with the PFL while throwing shade at the UFC by keeping her options wide open.
In the post-fight interview, you announced that you had re-signed with the PFL. Congratulations. Are you happy with how everything turned out?
Yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, I am happy now in the end. It took a while. I mean, I fought last November, so it took a while for us to come to, you know, something that was right for the both of us. But I'm happy now, you know, I just secured my future for me and my family.
And now she's gunning for the fight most UFC women won't even whisper about, Valentina Shevchenko, one of the most feared women in MMA history. This isn't just a crossover fight. This would be the first real PFL versus UFC women's super fight. But here's the truth. The UFC won't say out loud, Dakota is a threat, and not just to Valentina, to their entire flyweight division. Think about it, a young, undefeated blonde striker with serious KO power, and she's not under UFC control.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say Bellator has had Hawaii events.
Bellator could put on a fucking fight in the parking lot. Dude, I can't even believe you just said that. PFL could... You know PFL was here on Friday. Did anybody know that? You're the media guys. I didn't know till fucking Friday. They were selling tickets, buy two, get two free. I'm not busting on them. That's a fucking fact. They put out a memo, buy two, get two free. You're having a bad fucking week if those are the memos you're putting out.
Hey, Dana.
There were more people in my fucking green room tonight than there were at the fight.
Finally,
wouldn't just be about belts, it would be about promotional pride. And that's why the UFC is staying silent. Let's talk about Valentina. She's a legend. No debate, but she's not untouchable anymore. Alexa Grasso exposed cracks. And Dakota? She's younger, hungrier, and she's not afraid to talk about it. Dakota's message is loud and clear. If Valentina's still on top when it happens, I'm in. That's a challenge, a warning, a threat, and maybe even a prophecy. Let's be honest, the UFC didn't want to lose Kayla Harrison. Now they're watching Dakota become the next breakout star, and she's doing it without them. If Dakota versus Valentina actually happens and the UFC loses on their own turf, it's game over for the narrative that UFC is the only elite league, and deep down, Dana knows it. Social media's been on fire since Dakota said the words UFC champ versus PFL champ. Some fans say she hasn't earned it. Others say Valentina would destroy her. But the real ones, they know this is exactly the kind of fight women's MMA needs. Dakota ain't ready. Valentina ends her in 2 rounds. This girl might be the future. Dana missed out big. UFC ducked another star. And with Dakota turning 27 today, she's entering her prime. The UFC can't ignore her much longer. Dakota Ditcheva is ready. Valentina Shevchenko is legendary. And the fans? They want this super fight bad. The question now isn't if it happens, it's who breaks first, Valentina's aura or the UFC's grip on women's MMA. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Should the UFC make this fight happen, or is Dakota just chasing clout? And don't forget to like, sub, and smash that bell for more savage breakdowns every damn week.
Just re-signed with PFL. We've come to a great agreement, and I'm going to look forward to the next few.
Dakota Ditcheva just sent a chilling message to the entire MMA world. With blood on her elbows, fire in her eyes, and a re-signing announcement that shook the PFL cage. The Queen of Violence just dominated a Bellator veteran in brutal fashion and made it look easy. This wasn't just a win. This was a straight-up masterclass in destruction. Sumiko Inaba came in 8-1. Hawaii's own, a Bellator veteran with a chin and a heart. But Dakota? She came with knees. She came with elbows. She came to disfigure. And for 15 minutes, she picked Inaba apart like a surgeon possessed. I mean, 30 minus 24? That's not a fight score. That's a cry.